Illustrious Chair Linwood Lewis is presenting a bill in front of the House Rules Committee. So I will first ask the clerk to open the roll.
You have a quorum, Madam Chair.
Thank you. We have a fairly light docket today, but I would like to do the bills where we actually have House patrons first. And the first person I saw here actually was Delegate Mullen. Would you like to come forward? I would direct the committee to House Bill 1962.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Hope you had a wonderful weekend.
It was nice.
Madam Chair, I have House Bill 1962, which we have a line amendment, which will, I believe, make this a cognate of Senator Locke's Senate Bill 829.
The amendment signify by saying aye. Aye. Could you, Jeff, explain exactly what that amendment is?
Madam Chair, it's an amendment on line 37 of the engrossed bill. After the word amended, insert, comma, 4 taxable years beginning on or after July 1, 2023.
The amendment has been adopted. So I'm now going to turn it over to our chair, and you can continue with your presentation, Delegate Mullen.
Thank you, Senator Favola. Delegate Mullen, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's good to see you, as always. Mr. Chair, this is now, as I said, a cognate of Senator Locke's Senate Bill 829, which amends the charter for the City of Newport News to deal with real estate assessments. What this does is requires that persons who are aggrieved by any assessment made by the real estate assessor in the city seek relief with the Board of Review, which in every other place that I can tell in the Commonwealth would otherwise be known as a Board of Assessment, as a prerequisite before filing for relief in the Circuit Court. That is, in fact, the bill. At some day or another, we will eventually change the charter to call our Board of Review a Board of Assessment, but that is not yet this bill.
All right. Any questions for Delegate Mullen? Is it my understanding with the amendment now it's in conformity with Senator Locke's?
That is correct. Okay. We wanted to make sure it's just as good as Senator Locke's bill.
Moved and properly seconded that we report House Bill, whatever it is.
1962.
All right, 1962. All right, all those in favor, clerk, open the roll.
Ayes 13, no 0.
All right, bill reports.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's always good to see you.
The only one we did.
That's it.
That's
okay.
it.
All right.
I was doing the patrons first.
All right. So next up, we've got Delegate Shin. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee.
Okay.
It's nice to be before you all today. Hope you all got to see the Puppy Bowl yesterday where Invigo Beagles were playing in it, and it was very delightful and made me think about the good work we all have done here. It's nice to be before you today with HB 2041, which is identical to Senator Favola's SB 807, which was passed out of this committee 12-1 a few weeks ago. This bill permits localities to connect walking trails through easements, allowing neighbors to enjoy existing trail networks, reducing traffic, increasing active lifestyles, and connecting communities. This bill just extends limited liability protection for private property owners who provide localities and park authorities public access easements for their walking trails.
All right. All right. Well, let's adhere briefly to the niceties. Is there anybody here who wants to speak to the bill? I understand this bill is zoomed through here in a previous life as Senator Favola's bill. So, zoom.
Mr. Chairman, Chris Ziegler, Fairfax County, will support the bill.
Thanks, Chris.
I will second the motion made to report the bill.
All right. Let's open the roll.
Ayes 13, noes 1.
I love the Invigo Beagles, but not your bill. So there you go.
I'll take that. Thanks, Mr. Chairman and members.
All right, thank you, Delegate Shen. Is Delegate, Buddy. Yeah, Delegate Fowler's here.
They say, Mr. Chairman, that the world needs more buddies, by the way. But anyway, the bill before you, House Bill 1472, is identical to Senator Obenshain's bill, which passed out of the Senate
And that
about
did
40
zoom.
to 0.
That did zoom.
And obviously it deals with the local fire and EMS in the language. It basically says that each locality that you should adopt an ordinance or resolution by the governing body, and that resolution shall specify the geographic boundaries of the agency's primary service area within the locality. And each locality shall seek to ensure essential emergency medical services are maintained throughout the entire locality. And it goes on to basically say the language, the EMS agency that responds to medical service for its primary service area is defined in the local emergency medical response plan shall be designated emergency response agency and recognized as an integral and essential part of the official public safety program of the county, city, or town.
Move to report this identical bill.
I figured I'd wear you guys out pretty soon. So.
All right, this is identical to Senator
Yes, sir.
Obenshain's 1246, was passed out of this committee 14 to nothing and passed the Senate 40 to nothing. So we have a motion and a second that we report 1472. Clerk, open the roll.
I thought I talked fast.
Ayes
Good Lord.
14, no 0.
There you go, Delegate Fowler.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Thank you.
All right, Delegate Cordoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have House Bill 2256. This bill will provide for security cameras and basically security cameras for Fort Monroe. We have had a lot of vandalisms in Fort Monroe, and we think that this may help fix the issue. Also, I can point out this is the identical bill to Senate Bill 860, Senator Locke. And I would be happy to take any questions if I can.
A technical amendment? Okay. What is that? Can you report the amendment? We need to.
Mr. Chairman, there is a slight difference, and this technical amendment would make them identical. On line 142, strike the word may and insert the authority deems to.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we adopt the amendment. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right.
Second.
All right. The amended bills before us. It's been moved and properly seconded that we report 2256. Clerk, open the roll.
Ayes 14, no 0.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee.
Yes, sir, Delegate Cortez. All right, so we've got the rest of these bills, I believe, are identical to House bills. I see here the.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we put them in a block. With the exception of 2161, of course. Thank you, Jeff.
Old 2161.
2161.
And actually, and actually 1665. They require a little work.
Okay. All right.
All right, so all the remaining bills are in the block. And they are identical again to House bills, and they're identical Senate bills, and they all passed
Robustly.
robustly, if not unanimously.
Mr. Chairman, just for clarity, maybe the clerk can just read the number of the bills that are in the block.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, the bills that I have that would be in the block would be House Bill 1509, House Bill 1539, House Bill 1641, House Bill 1676, House Bill 1679, House Bill 1944, and that's it.
All right. So those bills are before us in a block. Moved
Second.
and properly seconded that the bills in the block be reported. Clerk, would you open the roll?
Ayes 14, no 0.
All right. We have Delegate Marshall's 1665 now, which is similar to my Senate Bill 1205. And Delegate Marshall is in agreement to conform his bill to mine. So it's been moved and properly seconded that we conform House Bill 1665 to Senate Bill 1205. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right. Moved and properly seconded that we report 1665 as amended. Clerk, open the roll.
Ayes 14, no 0.
And now we have House Bill 2161. Is Delegate Williams here? Yeah.
That's not Delegate Williams.
Good morning, good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. Amy Perrin-Seibert on behalf of the Virginia Press Association. Delegate Williams is not here. I think he has other bills in judiciary this morning. So the only thing that needs to happen right now is we did this in the Senate, with the Senate version. Senator Stewart has two bills. They are Senate Bill 1061 and Senate Bill 1160, and those bills are sort of ensconced in this bill. So what we're doing is deleting those sections so that they are no longer in conflict. So those bills will go separately through the process. So the amendments that you have, because I think we have line amendments. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm told we're making an example, make the House Bill amendment.
Correct. That's right. Yes, sir.
We have a substitute ready that incorporates the line amendments.
It's not ready now.
Move the substitute. Second.
Been moved and seconded that we adopt the substitute. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Mr. Chairman,
Senator Hanger.
Question.
there was one issue that was brought to my attention Friday, and I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see what I'm supposed to wear. But if someone would want to speak to this, there's an issue with the town of Culpeper where we need to fix an issue here because they're doing a total redo, and it would cause a huge notice in the newspaper. I think Eldon could speak to that.
Okay.
Maybe somebody else can speak to that.
I can speak to it first. Michelle Gowdy from the Virginia Municipal League. That piece in that legislation is part of the agreement that the local government attorneys, VML and VACO, and the Press Association made together. We understanding that we were going to have this long ad for the tax map numbers, but it removed the descriptive summary. And that was part of our agreement with the other groups over the summer. It's been widely publicized in all of our communique that's gone out over the summer. The group was a public group over the summer, so our locality should be well aware of the fact that that was part of the deal.
Mr. Chairman.
Are we talking about Culpeper still?
Yep. Senator Spruill, yes.
Okay.
Senator Hanger.
I would say that we haven't agreed to it yet, though, so if there's something we can fix, we probably should fix it. I just want to hear if we can fix it.
Eldon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman?
Senator Bell.
I'm trying to look for the substitute online. I can't get it to come up. I don't know if we have printed copies or not, so I could see the line items, or has that been placed online?
I have submitted it, but it's not popping up for me either.
All right, Eldon.
Mr. Chairman, the issue is the language that is in question deals with rezonings of 25 or more parcels. In the case of the town of Culpeper, and this is a pretty rare situation, in 2018 they did a complete revamp of their comprehensive plan. After that, in 2019, they started a process of rewriting their entire zoning ordinance. They are just about finished with that process. If they advertise under this new section, they will have to list every parcel in the town in the ad. That they priced it with the local newspaper, 4 pages, $8,000, and right now, under current statute, you have to notify every property owner in writing. So they'll buy an ad that will have every parcel, and they'll send a letter to every parcel owner. And they just feel like you should be aware this is the impact for them. It's probably a one-off situation. They brought the issue up with the group when the bill was introduced. We understand, the town understands the negotiation, but they wanted their senator to be aware of the situation and see if there's anything we can do.
Mr. Chairman.
Senator Spruill.
So, two questions. The first question, there's an agreement with folks, but there's none. I don't see the bill that says agreement. That's agreement between them. So My question is this: does Culpeper now in agreement with what they are trying to do?
The town of Culpeper likes 99.5% of the bill. It's 1.5 lines, I think 526 and 527 of the previous bill, not the substitute today, because we haven't seen that. So in Jeff, it's on page 9 of the 41-page bill.
Mr. Chair.
Wait, I'm not finished. Don't cut me off. I'm not finished yet.
All right, Senator Sproul.
So, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Sproul.
This question. So that 1.5 line. So if that 1.5 line would go away, then you'll be happy. Culpeper would be happy.
The town of Culpeper would feel like they could proceed in an affordable manner to redo their entire zoning.
Mr. Chairman.
Wait a minute, Senator Sproul. I think Senator Hanger has a question.
Yes,
Go ahead,
sir.
Senator Hanger.
Mr. Chairman, I'm understanding if we just take that out, we created a problem for the people who have the agreement.
Right.
I was wondering if council would know whether or not if we were to put an enactment clause on to clear this one time and not mess with the language, if we were to take it back for the day, would that cure it?
Is there anything we can do, Jeff, in other words?
Don't know.
We've got another meeting, don't we? Yeah.
Mr. Chair.
I'm sorry, Senator Rouse.
Thank you. It seems to me as the bill is, there's a lot of compromises come to the bill, a lot of groups like it, with the exception, as you said, stated as a one-off. It seems those the hard decisions that the town of Culpeper just had to swallow this one-time fee of $8,000 to put in the paper, because after this, they will be in line in supporting this bill. Is that correct, Mr. Chair?
The town supports the entire rewrite of all the notice provisions, with the exception of when you're in a situation like they are, where you're redoing the entire zoning ordinance.
So, Mr. Chair, my question would be: is after they complete the rewritten of their town ordinances, after they complete that, then they would be in line with supporting this bill?
I can't say that with certainty, but I will say that that is an issue we would hope would be taken up in the continuation of the work group, as you just heard, because think of a larger jurisdiction that might revise their comp plan and then rewrite their entire zoning ordinance. How big would that ad be for Stafford County, for Augusta County?
Mr. Chair, just to finish my I think at the end of the day, anytime a town, regardless of size, takes on a huge endeavor of rewriting their ordinances, there's going to come with a bill or perhaps a huge obstacle. But once they get past that obstacle, everything falls in place in line. So, Mr. Chair, I think the bill as written seems to be a lot of compromise. If there's a workaround for the town of Culpeper, I'm happy to entertain that. But if not, I don't think we can hold up the rest of the Commonwealth, and especially after so much support has went into it with a great deal of compromise.
All right, thanks, Senator Rouse.
Mr. Chair, since we don't have the substitute in front of us anyway, nor is the patron here, if we could fix it, fine. If not, I won't oppose it next week.
Right.
Mr. Chairman.
Senator Sproul.
Then could I hear the other side, someone from the other side speak up for me, please, Mr. Chairman?
Sure.
Sure, I'm happy to. So I think
I'm asking the question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to ask me to answer that question.
No, I want to ask you that question.
Okay, sure.
So my question: if that's the place that the town of Culpeper, which is a small town, don't listen to him, Ross. He's from Virginia Beach. He's from Virginia Tech. Don't worry about him.
Correct.
Okay. My question is the $8,000. That's him because Culpeper's a small town. I'm from Mavis. So the question is the $8,000. Then could the other side work with the town of Culpeper, say, hey, if that's the main problem, the $8,000, could y'all help them pay the $8,000?
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, Senator Sproul, I would have to talk to, I don't have any control, obviously, what our newspapers do, but I will say this, I think one of the compromise was that originally what it said in this language was that you had to write a descriptive summary. And so what was happening is that the local government attorneys were printing 5 to 8 pages already of the information for all the rezoning, which is why we went to the tax map and the addresses, because it was supposed to be shorter. So the idea was that it was actually going to be shorter. And I think in most instances it would be, except for this one. But if we strike that entire line out, that affects any rezoning for 25 or more parcels, which is a really huge fix.
Mr. Chairman,
All right, Senator Spruill, wait, let's.
I was trying to have one more question. I'll be done.
All right, okay, go ahead.
Then my last question.
Sure.
Would there be any good that if both sides can meet one more time? I don't want to say that's postponed just for the sake of postponing if you can't work it out.
Sure.
You think if y'all can meet one more time, it can be worked out?
Of course. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, Senator Reeves.
Mr. Chairman, I happen to represent Culpeper, and I like that motion from my good friend Senator Spruill, so I'm making a motion to go by for the day so we can continue to work on the bill.
Okay. And I think the understanding is we're going to look for some clever workaround for Culpeper, and absent that, they'll have to start a GoFundMe page. So, all right.
Suck it.
It's been moved and seconded that the bill go by for the day. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All right, I believe is that it? I have somebody, 2256, I'm told, has been requested by finance, so somebody is going to have to move.
Having voted on the prevailing side by which 2256 passed, I now move that we reconsider the vote.
Second. All right, it's been moved and, yep, there we go.
Wait, there's, okay. Okay, so we're now on the bill. Okay.
Right, yeah.
Mr. Chairman.
Senator Fold.
Well, it did come out of finance, 16-0.
The Senate version.
The Senate version did. And this conforms now to the Senate. That was the purpose of the amendment, was to conform it to the Senate. So I would think the finance note would be moot.
It may be, but they've asked for it. And, oh, my God, finance is here. I forgot.
We have plenty of bills to deal with. I don't think we need to deal with this one.
Okay, all right. False alarm. I don't think you can. We've already voted on it.
Just report it again.
Yeah, just vote to report it again.
Move to report.
Second. Moved and seconded to report 2256 as amended.
That's my turn.
I don't know why I can't.
Ayes 12, no 0.
All right. And now I think that completes the docket. Is that correct? All right. Is there anything else? All right. We are adjourned.